It was a quiet evening in the sleepy town of Hollow Brook. The streets, lined with autumn leaves, were bathed in the soft glow of the moon. Most houses were dark, their occupants tucked into bed, except for one, the old Whittaker mansion. Clara had always been drawn to the mansion. She wasn't afraid of the stories about it being haunted. In fact, she found them oddly romantic. The idea of love transcending time, even beyond death. So, when she inherited the house from a distant relative she barely knew, she saw it as fate. The first night Clara stepped inside the mansion, the air felt thick, almost electric. Her flashlight revealed grand, dust-covered furniture, paintings of stern-faced ancestors, and an air of mystery that felt alive. Despite the eerie stillness, she felt comforted, like she wasn't alone, like someone was watching. She laughed at the thought. "Just my imagination," she whispered, her voice bouncing off the high ceilings. As Clara explored the house, she found herself drawn to a locked door at the end of the upstairs hallway. The brass key from her necklace, passed down by her mother, fit perfectly into the lock. The door creaked open, revealing a beautiful, untouched bedroom. On the bedside table, a faded photograph caught her eye. It was of a man with sharp features and piercing eyes. There was something familiar about him, though she couldn't place why. That night, Clara dreamed of the man in the photograph. He was standing by her bed, his gaze tender yet sorrowful. He didn't speak, but his presence felt real, almost comforting. When she woke, her heart ached as though she'd lost something precious. The next morning, Clara began to uncover the mansion's secrets. In the library, she found letters hidden behind a false panel. They were love letters, written by the man in the photograph, whose name was Elias Whittaker. He wrote of a forbidden love and his promise to protect her, even in death. That night, Clara heard the faint sound of a piano. Following the melody, she found herself in the ballroom. There, by the moonlight, Elias stood, translucent but undeniably real. His voice, rich and warm, spoke her name. Elias, in Clara's memory. "Clara, you came back to me." She froze. "How do you know my name?" He smiled, a mixture of joy and sadness. "Because I've been waiting for you for over a century." Elias told her of his love for a woman named Lillian, who bore an uncanny resemblance to Clara. Lillian was his soulmate, but their love was cut short by betrayal and murder within the family. Elias had vowed to protect her, even if it meant binding his spirit to the house. Clara felt a connection to Elias she couldn't explain. Was she Lillian, reborn, or simply drawn to his eternal longing? But their reunion awakened something dark. A malevolent spirit tied to the tragedy began to stir. Doors slammed, whispers grew louder, and Clara's dreams turned into nightmares. Elias warned her. "You must leave, Clara. The curse will consume you." But she refused. "I'm not afraid. I'm here to help you find peace." Clara uncovered the truth. The malevolent spirit was Elias's brother, who had killed Lillian out of jealousy. The only way to break the curse was for Elias to confront his brother's spirit and forgive him. In the mansion's crypt, Clara and Elias faced the dark spirit. Shadows twisted and lashed out, but Clara's voice cut through the chaos. "Elias, forgive him. End this pain for both of you." With trembling hands, Elias reached out. "I forgive you, brother." The air grew still. The darkness dissolved, leaving only peace. With the curse lifted, Elias began to fade. He took Clara's hand, his touch warm for the first time. Elias, in Clara's memory. "Thank you, Clara. You've given me what I never thought possible. Peace. Tears streamed down her face as he vanished, leaving only the faint scent of roses and the lingering warmth of his love. As Clara left the mansion, she felt a part of her heart missing, but knew she'd gained something priceless, a connection that transcended time. Do like and subscribe this channel if you love your puppy.